Guys, I'm back with some Warhammer Chaosbane, and this time I will be kind of experimenting on all of my different classes. I will start by experimenting with the soldier. I'm uploading as we speak a build video for this class, for this set. Surprisingly, I decided to upload a video for the Solon set first, and I'll upload some videos for the other two sets, for the Meteoric Iron and for the Skaven Q. I did kind of finish my passive tree in such a state as you can see now, and this will be the passive tree I will be using for any set on this class. I think this passive tree works great with any set you decide to go for. As for my set bonuses from blessings, I would probably go for the same amount of crit chance I'm getting, but instead of 120 damage, I'll be getting 10% crit hit damage. And I'll do that on my mage later on. For now, all I need to do is just place this gear in my storage. Everything that I've equipped, I'll place in the storage, and then on my mage I would place this. Oh, it's kind of full. Okay, let's take some gear out. Let's take out some mage items maybe, or some whatever items. I would return them later. Okay, that should kind of do it. So now we're changing our character. And I'll use the mage to bless my item. My YouTube video, I think. Moment, if the video had finished pro.
It's offline game.
Hey, Alucard993,
IBW.
it's not, welcome to, nice to see you in my channel again. It's not an offline game. I'm personally playing offline, I'm playing solo, but the game is online. You can play with up to 4 people in the group. So if you want to play it with other people, feel free to, you can. Although I wouldn't pay the full price. If you want to buy the game, I wouldn't suggest going through Steam. There's other sources. Someone told me they can buy it cheap from.
So it's co-op. Like Torchlight.
Yeah, it's co-op. It's like Torchlight. It's like Diablo. It's pretty similar to the way Diablo is in many ways. Although it lacks content, so it's not worth the $50 price tag at the moment. But someone told me that this site MMOGA was selling it for like $26, and the other site New Egg was selling it for $39. So it's kind of worth it maybe for those prices, if it's not the full price. Next week there should be a new patch coming.
AHHIC.
Now what I'm doing is I'm gonna bless some items, I'm gonna upgrade some items. I transferred the items from my soldier to my mage, and I will bless those items with my mage. Because the mage has the most amount of links. Basically, the upgrade system works in
It
such a
looks
way that
nice.
it is nice, it is an interesting game. It's good to have a game from the Warhammer fantasy that is an ARPG. It's the first one of its kind that is an ARPG from the Warhammer. So basically, as you can see, this gets 1% crit chance and 120 damage. But I want to change this to 1% crit chance and 10% crit damage, which can be done on this character, on the mage. Each character has some limitations in regards to what they can achieve with the blessings, so I have to kind of transfer my gear and bless it with my mage if I want to achieve specific stats. Basically, the upgrade system, I have a video on that upgrade system, but I can quickly an image. This image kind of explains what combinations can be achieved by those blessings. While I'm blessing, I'll keep the image.
Well, I won't lie, I've got a key for Torchlight, but I don't played it a lot cause lack of time.
It's alright, I'm not playing it now because I'm not liking the XP rate. Unless they fix the XP rate, I'll be playing it much less. After level 40, it's just painful to level up, so I kind of would rather than return the old XP or just tweak it so it never takes more than 5 maps per level. Even 4 maps per level would kind of be still kind of not so bad, but 5 maps is kind of my limit. If I need to do more than 5 maps for a level up in Torchlight Frontiers, then it's not worth my time. I'm having much more fun playing this game. It's more challenging, true. It kind of
Works
is
takes
more
me most
challenging.
time, and after the weather is too nice to not enjoy it.
Yeah, this is true. It's summer. So did I bless the legs? Not yet. Let me bless some legs here. But yeah, Torchlight kind of I'm still gonna play it, but not as often, cause what I wanted to achieve I kind of did. Now I kind of am looking for something that is rewarding my time spent grinding being rewarded, and Torchlight Frontiers doesn't seem to be rewarding it enough. The leveling is kind of too slow. It was okay before they updated with update 6, and then it was terrible, then it's kind of okay now, but it's not so good. So I'd rather play something where I can immediately level up a character in a few hours to the maximum level and focus on the end game. Here I can level up a character to max level, or not to max level, but reach the end game, finish all the quests in like 4 hours. 4 hours. Maybe 1-2 more hours until you reach level 50. So in 5-6 hours you can reach level 50 without a problem and just focus on the end game. And this is what's fun for me. I don't enjoy leveling characters. It's not fun. I just do it because there's no way
You
of
had all of
creating a
three
max level character.
professions.
On Torchlight, I leveled up to the max the Realm Master and Dusk Mage,
Mage
but
Robot
my
and Rail Master?
the robot is around 40-40, something like that, 41-42. I just stopped playing it and leveling it because it's too slow. After level 40, it's kind of unbearable for me. Even with the updates to the
Hot.
XP. Hi, another guest. Welcome to my Twitch. Nice to see you. Hope you're enjoying your stay. As you can see, guys, I'm upgrading my soldier gear on my mage
Is the new
because
patch out?
the new patch was delayed, so it's gonna be next week. Sadly, it's gonna be next week. I was really looking forward to it, but At least we know that they're probably delaying it to just finish the QA on it, just to finish testing some stuff. Make sure it's better when released instead of releasing a buggy patch. They already released a buggy game,
Damn.
so the least they can do
Expected
is
that.
make sure they don't release buggy patches for the buggy game. Yeah, I was also looking forward to spending this weekend playing the new patch, doing some invasions. I can feel you, bro. In the meantime, I'm just experimenting. Today I'll experiment with the builds on every character.
Are the news on the Steam?
Yes, the news are on the Steam page. You can have a look at them, see what they wrote.
OGL. I
They
have
they're
some
also
shit to
gonna
do.
thank you, Alucard. No worries. See you next time, Alucard. As for another guest, you would be surprised. They're adding a new weapon rarity,
I'm a girl,
green
but let's
weapons.
go with brother face with tears of joy.
Oh, okay, okay. I didn't know it's a girl. The nickname's kind of a gender neutral nickname, so sorry for that. But yeah, girl. For this update, they're adding a new rarity of
Sweet.
items. So there's green weapons, green armors,
No worries.
and they're also adding more passives. We can use 10 of those fan skills and 6 of the passive skills. So that's something we're all looking forward to. So let's see, what else am I upgrading? My main weapon, which was I using Grudge Settler. As soon as I'm done upgrading my soldier gear on this character, I'll immediately switch to the soldier just to try out what the changes feel like. Also, if you don't know this, one of my viewers yesterday suggested this to me, to
Alright.
upgrade.
New passives and rares. Green.
Yeah, new rarity of items. They call it T5. I'm assuming tier 5. Green items, and also not just new rares and passives. We're gonna be able to use 6 in our build. Now we can use 3 passives and 3 fan skills. But I heard we are gonna be able to use 10 fan skills and 6 passives, if I'm not wrong, something like that. Move this. Okay, we don't need this image anymore. Okay, now I just got the rings and the amulets left to upgrade, and then I'll go on my. I'm gonna be losing 1200 damage, but I'll be gaining 10 crit damage as a bonus with the changes I'm making to my soldier gear. And I believe that extra crit damage, the 100 crit damage more, would be much more useful than 1200 damage. Okay, 2 more rings left. Let's take this ring first. So, as I was saying, one of my viewers suggested I can upgrade my gear on the mages for the other characters, and that way I can still use all the links. I can still have 4 links altogether, which is perfect, which is exactly what you may need to be doing. I don't even see why they don't make it like this on every character. The blessings interface to look like this on every character, the same way it is on the mage. Because nothing's stopping us from going on the mage, but we just have to go through all the trouble of transferring gear from one character to another. And it's kind of annoying having to do that. Okay, I think that's it. Let me just double check now. Helmet, 1 crit 10 damage. Chest, 1 crit 10 damage. Legs as well. Gloves as well. Just checking if I did any mistakes. Boots. Shield, okay. Sword, okay. This is okay, and those are okay. Now I have to go to the story. But yeah, you can check those patch notes for sure if you want to know all the changes that were done. Now I need to return those where they were. Was that everything? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7. What's missing? I'm not seeing the chest armor. Chest armor. Chest. Shield, sword. Okay, everything seems to be there. Let's change back to the soldier. I am waiting for my build video for the soldier for this specific set to upload. It's been processing for hours. YouTube has with the thing on the last 5%. So now let me take that gear. Let me return all the ranger gear back where it belongs. And that should be it. Now let's equip it. Wow. This one, this one, this one. Nope, not the Blade of Vengeance. I think that's it. Now I'm still at 47.9 crit chance, but my crit damage is quite nice. I'm missing a skill, and this is my heroic taunt. I found out that Pistolier works great with this set, even though it's not a Pistolier oriented set, it's a taunt oriented set. And I found that I don't really need the energy regeneration passives, but if someone needs them, they can replace Divine Judgment for Tireless Superior, Tireless Mastered, or Share Rations Superior, or even Share Rations Mastered if they've got it. Those are my passives. I decided to go all the way to this block chance. I stopped here in this block chance so I wouldn't lose the block damage. I went here only to get those crit damage notes. I decided I wouldn't lose that health for damage. And I just went all the way here for this crit damage in exchange for cost reduction. It's kind of a good balanced way of doing the... Now, is this Chaos 5? It is Chaos 5, okay. I'll try and do a test run on Chaos 5. But my main idea now would be to farm Chaos 2 or 3 to keep experimenting with different things in the set. I wanted to keep experimenting with Blade of Vengeance, and this probably would not be a bad choice to just keep experimenting with it. Blade of Vengeance doesn't have a limit on how many block stacks you can store. I managed to stack it up to 72 times, which means 720% damage. More than the 200% damage to taunted enemies. I really want to get a Meteoric Iron Shield with crit chance, even if it doesn't have cooldown reduction, because now with this set we don't need much cooldown reduction. So I'll try and get some gear, but for now let's try and do a Chaos 5. I'm gonna do Lesser Relic, I really don't wanna waste much cash on Grand Relic maps. And if I die, I'll be playing with Fragment. I think this is fine. Heroes lose energy with each hit received. Now, of course, I can't guarantee I won't be dying. In fact, I can guarantee I will be dying. Because it's not the build, it's me. When I die, it's kind of me doing mistakes, playing recklessly. But I'll see how it goes.
May your faith in Sigma protect you.
And this is very loud. I don't know how to... I think this is due to the environment. Make it very loud when you do some voiceovers on those environments. Usually it's the bridges. So casting skills on bridges results in very loud voiceovers.
May your faith in Sigma protect you.
So this build kind of relies on Bok Chen stacking for damage because of this skill. The more Bok Chans we get, the more damage. We can get up to 112% Bok Chans from this skill, Taunt, Sigmar's Blessing, and that's kind of it what gives us Bok Chans. So the higher the Bok Chans, the more the damage. I'm kind of rushing and doing the easy elites and the boss. I'm not stopping for the elites.
May your faith in Sigma protect you. May evil be consumed in my flames.
Okay, this was a nice stack. How is our Bok Chans now? 73. That's kind of one of the WoW values we can. Now our Bok Chance is 77, but we can get it up to 100 and
Red
something
item
percent.
drop.
Really? Oh yeah, thanks. Thanks for that, didn't notice. Gwaint, nice to see you again. And Gwaint, if you're noticing what I did with my passives, this is what I did with them. This is the final version for this character, and I can use those passives with any set. This is the good thing about it.
Not
If I
that
keep
one in the
changing
back,
my...
another one.
Oh, another one. I
May
think
your
I picked
faith
it
in
up, but I'll
Sigma
check.
Protect you. May evil be consumed in my flames.
Where was this red? Okay, it's not a good one. It's the same shield I'm using. But thanks for that.
May your faith in Sigma protect you. Consumed in my flames.
Thanks. So as I said, those passives work with any set. Regardless of what I'm using, the passives will be okay. And I think this is something very nice for this character. That I found a passive setup that works with any
Super
build.
strong for a tank. Maybe I am wrong.
No, he's not a tank. I almost died a few times. It's not a tank. Of course I'm stacking Bok Chance, but that doesn't mean I'm taking damage. If I strong, he's strong. My playstyle. I'm stacking Bok Chance, and depending on this Bok Chance, I'm getting some extra damage. I just need to wait for my potion to recharge if I go there. Damn, there's too many. Those are very nasty enemies. They die very hard and they hit hard. Okay, let me get this and now I'll try and... There we go. But those ones I avoid killing, because they're not worth. Now I need to group up many enemies to get my energy up,
May your faith
like
in
this.
Sigma protect you.
But yeah, I'm not even using the banner all the time. A lot of more damage.
May evil be consumed in my flames. May evil be
As
consumed in my flames.
you think, that's
May your faith in Sigma
this set is amazing
protect you.
because your cooldowns can be okay without stacking cooldown reduction. But if you wanna be safe, you can still get some reduction regardless. I'm not doing 3 million hits, but I can get it all the way to like 2 million, which is still okay.
In my flames.
But most of the hits would be 1 million because I'm rarely stacking all the block chance. But it's
May
okay,
your
I'm really
faith in
enjoying
Sigma
this specific
protect you.
build I kind of made today in the morning. So in the next few days I'll upload videos for the other sets with the exact same passive. Not passives but god skills. The god skills would be the same with slight differences, probably when using the Pistolier set. The Skaven Killer, I wouldn't be using Divine Judgment, but would be using... I believe instead of Divine Judgment it's best to use, what was it, Tireless Superior. Or Tireless Mastered, or Share Rations, but probably Tireless Superior would be the best stacking for energy regain.
May evil be consumed in my flames.
Quickly bail out, because he was casting that new con.
May your faith in Sigma protect you.
So in the build video I've uploaded, I've checked one version with using what was it called? Blade of Vengeance. On Blade of Vengeance I can show you something. Let me quickly just get rid of my aura. Okay, I'm just waiting for the aura to end.
May your faith in Sigma protect you.
And pay attention to those stacks down here. They can go all the way to 70 something, even more. Kill those Okay, let's see, how much can I stack it to? So each of those stacks gives you 10% damage. So if there's a lot of keep stacking. And before a boss fight that might be very nice to stack. Of course you
May
have
your
to be
faith in
blocking to
Sigma
keep getting.
protect you.
So let's try and stack it very high. Let's try and stack it 50-60% if we can get.
May your faith in Sigma protect you.
Okay, this is do the boss.
May your faith in
I wanna
Sigma
check something. It's 64 stacks. If I remove the blade, would those stacks stay there?
protect you.
Yeah, they stood, and now the
May your
stacks would
faith
be
in
gone.
Sigma protect you.
Bonus
May your faith in Sigma protect you.
Borderlands 2 swapping height.
May your faith in
Yes.
Sigma protect you.
So you can use Blade of Vengeance, build the stacks, start the boss fight, switch to Grudge Settler, and quickly use a few seconds of having both the stacks and the bonus damage to hit enemies
May your faith in Sigma
on the
protect
boss.
you.
As you could see, it's a very nice build, very nice set. And with this set, there is something that can only work with this set, and I will try it now.
May your faith in
Expect me to
Sigmar
die more on
protect
my
you.
next Pistolier. I'm going to use Shielded Charge. But look at the damage, 311,000 twice, and another 42,000 counterattack damage, compared to Pistolier's 374,000, with 30 armor piercing. Of course,
Sometimes our voice is gone in TeamSpeak.
you mean my voice? It may, and if I don't press the
Consumed in my flames.
voice, or maybe
May your
that's
faith in
still up for
Sigmar
me to
protect
find
you.
whether I'm dropping the button or whether just OBS Streamlabs is wagging. The same happened with my latest video. While I was talking about shield options, it didn't record my voiceover audio, and I just noticed after uploading the video. Which reminds me, the video has just been uploaded. Let me quickly do something. I was just waiting for the video to be ready to start the premiere on it.
Could you send a link?
Oh, sure. Just a second. Let me go grab the link. So this is the link for YouTube, Twitch, and Mixer. I've posted it on all chat, and I just wanted to set something like end screens and stuff like that for the video. Okay, almost ready. Just adding a couple more elements. Okay, I think I'm ready. I'm gonna add some cards later. For now, I just wanted to figure out the end screen element. Now, what I'll do, I'll quickly try Shield Bash or Shield Charge, whatever it was called. Shielded Charge. Let's see how this will perform. I've got the cooldown reduction, so I will be able to cast it a lot, although it won't be ranged, so maybe I would be dying more. Let's try and get somewhat easy map to do instead of something very difficult. Swanish would be not the best choice for testing this, but Cinch. Cinch isn't bad, although it's 20% more damage dealt from the enemies. So we'll see how it. Starting off with Sigmar's Blessing,
May your faith in Sigmar
Sigmar's Wrath,
protect you.
bit of taunt, and let's do more taunting. Let's try the shielded charge.
May your faith in Sigmar protect you.
Okay, it's not so bad.
May your faith in Sigmar protect you.
But yeah, I need more enemies to be able to keep my cooldown down. So something like this should
May
be
your
okay.
faith in Sigma
Although those
protect
are
you.
dangerous, there's too many mages here. So I can just keep running. It's good to know each build's weaknesses and strengths, to know which fights to avoid and which fights you can engage in.
May your faith in Sigma protect you.
Those are one of the nastiest enemies, the ones with the big staff.
May evil be consumed in my flames.
As you can see, this isn't as good as the Pistolier, but I just wanted to give it a try. All those missiles, kind of a bad combination, especially when it's 20% more damage dealt. Shit, now I'm dead. Now I'm dead. I'm gonna pay with fragments though, cause I've got a lot of money saved up. The main problem is when there's
May
too
your
many
faith
of
in
those
Sigma
ranged enemies.
protect you.
On my other build, in the first run, you saw me avoiding those enemies all the time. Now I kind of had no choice, cause the game kind of gave me too many of those. Okay, why can't I? Okay. The game kind of trolled me. Look at how many of those are here.
May your faith in Sigma protect you. May evil be consumed in my flames. Until my last breath. May your faith in Sigma.
And I can't kill him, they keep healing him. I had to kill those guys with the hoods, but somehow they keep regaining. This is the worst that can happen to you on this map. Getting so many mages, so the best thing you can do is just avoid them. Just don't bother with them, go to the next group.
May evil be consumed in my. May your
The
faith
more
in
they stack
Sigma
up together, the
protect
stronger
you.
they are. I don't know what's causing this, but that's kind of how their mechanic seems to be. Seems like they're either buffing each other or regaining their HP or something like that. They don't work like the purple healer or the green healer, and they're not like the red buffer either.
May your faith in Sigma protect you.
Now look at all those missiles traveling to get me.
May your faith in Sigma protect you. In my flames. Just a few more seconds.
Okay, I was just waiting to see how much
May your
damage I
faith
would do
in
without the
Sigma
buffs.
protect you. May evil
So if we try to kill those before the elite, maybe it would be a better turnout.
May your faith in Sigma protect you. May evil be consumed in my flames.
And as you can see, they keep doing shit tons of damage. But yeah, I did know that there will be dying once I am trying this build, because I have to get up close, and I either have to get too many of them to be able to keep up
May your faith
my
in
cooldown
Sigma
reduction
protect you.
from the set proccing. And look at this, it's mostly those ranged enemies on this map. This time.
May evil be consumed in my flames.
Last map we could kind of deal with them easily. This one should die.
May evil be consumed in my flames. May your faith in Sigma protect you.
Okay, now there's a summoning event.
May evil be consumed in my flames.
Of course, after this guy is done, I'm gonna go on the other
May your
classes
faith in Sigma
and
protect
experiment
you.
a bit there. I really want to experiment with the mage with other sets than the one I'm using.
May evil be consumed.
Also, what blade am I using? Am I using the Grudge set work? Should we try Blade of Vengeance quickly, just to get some
May your
blocking
faith in Sigma protect you.
attacks?
May your faith in Sigma
Okay, I've got 20
protect
something
you.
stacks. Let me quick. There's again those enemies with the missiles.
May your faith in Sigma protect you.
The thing is, this boss keeps spawning those guys, so this is why he's a bit more difficult. You could see my potion didn't refill my HP completely.
May your faith in Sigma protect you. May evil be consumed in my flames.
So okay, the boss is kind of more difficult than the other one, of course. It's the hardest one you can get on this.
May evil be consumed in my flames. May your
At
faith
least
in
for this
Sigma
specific
protect
build,
you.
but it's okay, we're gonna get him slowly. It's not as efficient as Pistolier, it's not as efficient as using the Meteor build either. So of course I wouldn't recommend using shielded charge, but I had to try it just to know whether it's worth it or not.
May your faith in Sigma protect you. May evil be consumed in my flames. May your faith in Sigma protect you.
Shielded charge might be a good option if you decide to get rid of break through the ranks. Then you can have Pistolier and shielded charge, and it maybe would be a good combo. Or you could have Pistolier and Justice for the Empire, or Justice for the Empire and shielded charge. Just you can get rid of break through the ranks if you think you don't need it, and then just use 2 damage skill.
May your faith in Sigma
And
protect
then
you.
the build would probably have even better damage output on bosses. It's gonna be a bit slower when moving through the map, but having that extra
May your
damage
faith
would
in
surely
Sigma
be
protect you.
a big help on bosses. So I might try this experiment quickly with and Pistolier and maybe Justice for the Empire. Another thing I tried is Swice. I really do not recommend it. I couldn't get the damage to 1,000,000 even. I could get it to around 790,000, let's say 800,000 with Swice, but the way Swice performs is kind of very bad for fighting big groups of monsters, and this build is all
May
about
your
fighting
faith
big
in
groups of
Sigma
monsters.
protect you.
On bosses maybe it might be okay, but I still think it doesn't have the damage to be worth occupying us. Okay, so let's put Pistolier back where it belongs. So should we try removing break through the ranks? This means we won't have an escape mechanic, and adding Justice of the Empire. And by the way, if you're wondering why I'm not using the third version of the banner and I'm using the second, you can see the only thing that the third version of the banner adds that the second doesn't have is counterattack damage. But the duration is less with this one. It's 12 seconds compared to 16 seconds. This costs 22 energy, this costs 3 energy. So it's pretty neat having the second version of the banner instead of the third. Of course, if you're using the heroic banner, then it doesn't matter, because it combines both banners into one. And then even your pistolier would be free with the Skaven Killer set. Now I wanted to check something. Did he drop a good shield? Still hasn't dropped one of those with crit chance. Okay, now I think we should try this option. Oh, I can't. I can't even get the second version. Well, then it's not worth it. There's no point. If you can only get the first version of a skill, it probably won't be worth taking any of the other skills that are different than breaking through the ranks. So let's go play a bit on the mage. I wanna test different sets. I've only tested one set on the mage, and I think it's about time for me to try out other sets. The build I'm using on the mage is great for team play. I did do some experiments though. I did experiment with using Phoenix Herald instead of using Relentless Sentinel. Relentless Sentinel is my main weapon usually for this build because it gives me damage reduction, extra damage and extra crit hit chance. With the Phoenix Herald we get the Fiery Aura. It's also a good choice. I tried Blade of Instability, but my main weapon here is Soulfire, and I think Soulfire would go very well with Phoenix Herald. So I'd rather pick one of the two Soulfires. Which one was I using? Which is the... How much is my cooldown reduction now? 45%. This is 4 seconds. This is 3 seconds. So maybe you can spam this. If you get more cooldown reduction, you can get this all the way to 2 seconds. And then it will be kind of almost spammable. But for that you need like 60% cooldown reduction. And if I get a weapon with cooldown reduction, then it would work probably. But I don't think I do. So that's gonna be my goal, to get a weapon with cooldown reduction. Preferably either a Phoenix Herald or a Relentless Sentinel. Oh yeah, that explains why I decided to go that way. As for this gear, you can see I'm kind of stacking mixed crit chance, crit damage, armor piercing and damage even. I'm not sure why I decided to go for the flat damage there. Maybe I can just get more armor piercing or more crit damage. Even more crit chance won't be a bad choice. Let's bless those legs with more crit chance. The flat damage really won't be much of a necessity. I'd rather crit to proc those. The more you crit, the more you proc those things. Where else can I put more crit chance? I think that's it. Crit chance and crit damage. I don't need armor piercing that much for the set blessings. Now, time for some Chaos 5, just to remember how this build was played. I'll probably die, of course, until I warm up. It's completely normal when you haven't played the build for quite a... So I can use, what was it, this thing. I can keep this moving with me. What was my... Oh, this was my main damage skill, Breath of Fire. Okay, so I was using Breath of Fire and I'm supposed to use this. Oh, it dropped the red, okay. And this is our main movement skill. Oh yeah, I had to use my number 1 skill for Uber damage. And I can even move it. You could see, was that 5 million or am I just seeing things? It looked like 5 million to me. I'll have to check it later on the recording. So the main idea is to use Breath to Fire, but in between the Breath to Fire spamming, I can use this for extra 25% damage to the enemies that stay under it. I can use this to heal myself and regain energy, and to also deal some damage and repel enemies that get too close. I also get extra damage while standing inside. So the enemies can be inside this, I can be inside this, and while doing Breath of Fire I can do Aether Blast for some extra massive damage. There's another way of using Aether Fire. I just used it on myself, then I teleported and I'm kind of carrying a bomb. So you cast it on yourself, you get damage reduction, and with this damage reduction you port into the enemies and just explode next. So this is one way of playing it. So it requires you to be very fast with your reflexes, but if you are, you can do great things with this build. You can do great damage and some ninja combos with the Aether Blast bombing. It is a very good setup for the mage, and it's pretty fun. I'm enjoying playing this build more than some other builds I've tried. I've tried the Thunderstorm, or what was the name of the skill? Etheric Storm. I've tried Etheric Storm 1, 2 and 3. This one isn't bad, but you really have to get hit by it and you have to keep weaving one element another element, so playing with this is good with that set. What was it? The Dragon Tamer. And the Dragon Tamer kinda seems like too much trouble to play. It's kinda requiring a lot of you to make it work. And as you can see, this is something new I've tried. I wasted some of the points I invested here. I got rid of Fortress of Willpower. And I took Absorption Mastered. I haven't tried it yet. I played around with this the other day, but I didn't test it much. So now I'm testing this elite spamming build. I got rid of continuity 3, so my passives now are absorption, Akshi Master and Quay Shield. So I got rid of continuity here, trying to kind of do a more speedrunny build. I'm still not the best at wielding my skills the way they should be wielded, especially when it has to be done in some specific combo way. I kind of keep messing it up, but it just takes practice. But the possibilities with the build are great. If someone who is very fast with the fingers can do it. If you're having lots of actions per second, actions per minute on games like strategies and Dota and all that type of games, MOBAs, then this build would be very good. And you don't have to play it a ranged nuker build, you can jump into the action, you don't have to be afraid of getting the enemies close. Of course, on some maps you have to, like there are some enemies you don't want hitting you. Like on the Corn map, the guys with the two-handed swords that do very slow swinging. You don't want those hitting you.
Requires patience.
So you can either face tank it or you can try to do some more combos with other skills. But if you want to face tank and just spam Breath of Fire, you can do that. Just make sure to keep spamming Blinding Light. Eventually at one point maybe you might need to regain your energy, depending how good you are at weaving. If you can weave in Breath of Fire and the other spell in between, then of course you can probably kill the boss much faster than me. I believe someone could kill it 30% faster than me if he keeps using all the skills as soon as they're out of cooldown.
My magic is not ready yet. Perfection requires patience.
So this is kind of based on my tanky mage build but with some modifications and still using the Morveus set.
Perfection requires patience. My magic
It's just not using the Sentinel weapon. And
is not ready yet.
now what set do I want to try? I want to probably try the Bel Coradris set. But that would require a lot of magic damage skills. So all that fire damage I'm doing, this is magic damage. So this would benefit, but I'm gonna lose the heroic version. I'm gonna get a heroic version of Step Between Two Worlds. This is fire, so it won't benefit from much bonuses from that set. But I'll check it. I'll try it out now.
Perfection requires patience.
This is magic, so maybe this damage would be increased. This is oh, this is also magic. Okay. changing the set, maybe this build would still work the way I've set it up. Because with the absorption build, you kind of can do any type of set. You're not focusing on just fire. You're not focusing on the magic damage like this one. No, where was it? The magic damage passive. It might have been somewhere here. I remember there was something like magic damage increase. This is damage taken. Oh yeah, burning enemies take more magic damage. So this is good for the Dragon Tamer set, because with the Dragon Tamer set you're kind of wielding both burning and magic skills. And the Dragon Tamer can get very good results with this specific pass. But I don't want to try the Dragon Tamer now. With my build I'm doing magic damage and I'm also burning. I did try it for this specific build when it was still the tanky mage build. I was trying this first. I tried using Etheric Storm 2 with this. I tried using Etheric Storm 3 with this. And I just had trouble surviving on Chaos 5 when I focused on the damage. Maybe now I've got more experience and I may be able to survive more. But let's quickly try a Bel Curadris set. Here I've only got one choice. I'll check in my house as well. I probably have something good for each set piece there. Probably go there because I'm missing those. Now let's go to my warehouse to get the gloves for this set. So I've got a helmet, 2 helmets. Rift Eater is not a bad weapon for this set. Let me quickly take whatever I've stashed here just to make sure everything that's available is in our inventory so we can experiment. I couldn't find gloves, so yeah, I might have to farm for them. Not the most pleasant feeling having to farm for a specific item when you've spent so many hours farming already on this character. As you can see, I've already farmed, what is it, 276? Or is that the other build? Let me just check. So yeah, 276 of those, and I either deleted my gloves for Belcoradris or never got them. Most likely I just deleted them. Okay, let me quickly just get rid of all the unnecessary items. We've got 5 helmets, one of those would remain, the rest would go. This is losing a lot of armor, probably not worth it. This as well, this is... Yeah, I think what we're wearing is the best balance in between health, cooldown reduction and armor. Over 3000 armor. Kinda very good starting. Now, from the chest pieces, we only have one. Legs, we only got one. We could try the Dragon Tamer set in the meantime, since we don't have the full set of this build. So I've only got this Dragon Tamer, and let's equip one helmet for now. I'm gonna go to my stash again to pick up whatever's there for the other pieces that I'm missing, which I think are the legs and boots. At least I'm gonna clear out my stash from some unneeded gear. So maybe I'm missing something for this set as well. Yeah, I'm missing the pants. Well, back to the other set it is. We need to farm something for this build. The best way to farm would be on some easy bosses. Okay, is everything back the way it was? I think I'm missing some crit chance from something. Yeah, I think I was. Better. I'm just gonna sell some stuff I don't need so I can have room. So focusing crystal, this is not bad, but not for me. Crit chance, crit damage, armor piercing. For builds that don't need much cooldown reduction, this is great. But for builds that need cooldown reduction, I'd rather go for maybe the one with the crit chance. What's repeating here? Armor, crit damage, cost reduction. Armor piercing, cooldown, reduction, crit damage. Again, not one with crit chance. Okay, let's do some farming now. I'm gonna probably do some bosses. Some easy to kill bosses. Let's go for Chaos 3 maybe. Let's go for 2 first, see how the wood is. I need to do some fast and easy bosses. And I'm missing a heroic skill here somewhere. Where was it? This one. So if I'm gonna do bosses, I probably don't need a lot of the stuff I'm using. Maybe I don't need this aura around me. So for bosses, I would prefer to use my Relentless Sentinel. This is what I'm gonna be using for bosses. And let's do something like Keeper of Secret first. Now I have to farm some stuff from the other set. If I want to experiment with the other two sets, I'll have to farm. So I need the gloves for one build, and for the other build I need the boots, I think. Or the pants, depends. This is not bad, but not great. Still probably better than what I've got though. Bracers, yeah, I got those for that build. I think this was the build that I needed the bracers. Yep, so we can do that build, but while we're farming, let's try and get what was it, the pants for the Dragon Tamer. While we're at it, we kinda got lucky. First boss hunt gave us the gloves we needed. And I'll try both other sets so I can confirm I've used them. I did use them before while leveling, well, not leveling, but while experimenting freshly at level 50, but then I kinda sold them. Dragon Tamer legs maybe? Nope.
Requires patience.
Oh yeah, Dragon Tamer legs. Okay, we kinda got everything we needed. Now let's go back to the other town. I think the fastest way to go back to the fourth town is to just do the fourth boss. It will immediately port us back to it. And I'll change my gear to the next set, try it, then change to the third set, try it. teleport us back to the town I want to be in. And from there I'm gonna do some Chaos 5 runs to test the new sets. So first, as I said, we wanna try this specific set. Did we get good at least? But with crit damage. So this got upgraded. Oh boy, I can really spam this? Okay. So this is the speedrunning set. Now I can just confirm this. This is the speedrunning set, it seems. Not a big fan of the firewall. It really has low damage. But I know many people like it, so that's fine for them. What did we lose? We lost our healing skill. Where was it? Binding light. Can't find it. Binding light, binding light. There you go. We don't have enough skill points for the third version. And we kinda really do need that third version. Now what can I reduce to be able to use my third version? I can probably reduce the Akshi missile. I'm not using it that much. And now I can use binding light. I'm only using this for generation. And I can even try and use something with magic damage. I've got 1 magic skill, 2 magic skills, 3 magic, 4 magic. Okay, let's keep this burning. Well, if all magic damage is increased, I'd rather not use burning then. This will be my only burning skill, the Breath of Fire. Although with this set you probably don't want to use Breath of Fire. I'll see what could be better. For damaging, something that you can keep using like Breath of Fire would be the Etheric Ray. But it requires you to kind of keep aiming it, so it's not the best. Quash Search, the maxed one version is kind of fire damage. The closest we could get to Breath of Fire would be Etheric Tornado. But this requires a different kind of playstyle. I will try with both of them, see which one works better. Now we just need to bless some stuff, because our crit chance is kind of very low. I probably should have started with something easier than Chaos 5 just to get used to using the build. But since I didn't make many changes, that's why I just jump into Chaos 5 right away, get my ass kicked a few times. Also guys, if anyone's interested, tomorrow I'll probably be streaming the new DLC from Borderlands 2. I've been postponing this for quite some time, and I think tomorrow is the best time to do it in the weekend. I should probably get some crit damage somewhere. Yeah, let's get crit damage this time. Okay, it's looking good, but that's just when we're starting. Where we're moving, it's 38.9, not so bad either. Lesser relic map, let's go. Poison clouds, let's not go. Corn, let's go. 20% extra damage on the enemies. Now. Okay, I just have to get used to not getting hit. Yeah, geez. Let's see what this storm does. If I'm not hitting them, how many thousand? 155,000. Not the best. Yeah, it will take a while to get used to how this build works. I'll probably have to think of some ways of generating it. Maybe the best way would be to bring back Akshi Missile and just use Akshi Missile 1. Okay, I'll keep moving. The main issue would be the energy, because I can end up wasting a lot of energy by using Step Between Two Worlds. Kind of starting to get used to how to make. Oh, this is how it was. Yeah, I didn't just move around with this missile. I kind of have to aim where it falls. As you can see, the energy regaining missile. So it's gonna take a while to get used to it, but it's not like it's not doable with this build. But I'll need to work around some different versions of the energy regaining skill. Akshi Missile would probably be a better option. And I probably can just bring back my passives for damage. I'll figure it out. Maybe I can just try and do a elite killing run with the way it's set up now. And now I let this guy hit me. I wanted to see if he can one-shot me. Yeah, he still can, regardless of the... This guy always one-shots my mage. This one, with the CG on top of his head. Really happy with what I'm getting. Happy about getting the improved outputs, but it doesn't seem to work that well, even with that. Because the energy kind of needs to be regained much. So if I'm using this build, I'll probably need that specific skill. I'll need cost reduction and I'll need a lot of energy with this build. So if I were to play this set, I would remove this absorption and I would use the extra energy. Then I think the build would be fine. Of course now I should have teleported, but I didn't. But yeah, this is, I think it's doable with this set. You just kind of need to work around the proper passives that go well with it. But the energy really needs to be improved for this specific build. If I were to reset the points, no I can't now. I've already wasted enough greens. I can change some yellow for green and blue for green and red. Then I can reset the skills, I can get rid of that. I can get rid of all this, I can get the energy skill. And then maybe this build would be okay. Sustain the energy. First of all, I want to try with Taxi Missile, just to see how it will go with Taxi Missile. Okay, let me quickly finish this map. I'll rush to the boss just to finish the map and then I'll reset some skill points. Oh, not here, not here. So there is a way to survive, but it's very slow without having the energy again. First test would be actually Missile without changing the skills, just to see how it will go that way. Maybe energy cost would go great, reduction would go perfect with this build. Oh, there's something ready. Let's take.
My magic is not ready yet.
Oh, too many. They got buffed by the banner bearer. Okay, let's pay again. Just wanna finish this map and then I'll see what I can do for the energy problem. But the damage doesn't seem bad. As long as I have energy, I can survive. But if I don't have energy, I'll just keep dying. Now let me quickly come here, kill some enemies, then do the boss afterwards. But this heroic step between two worlds takes a lot of mana. But it does damage though. Maybe I can try and use it to do damage instead of to just escape. I think I know what I can try. Instead of Breath to Fire, I will try this one. Etheric Tornado. This is kind of the best way to get damage. While we can move around, the Etheric Tornado would keep damaging the enemies. And this would seem a great synergy because it's magic damage on its final version. So try Etheric Tornado. I'm gonna try getting a better skill for gaining energy than the one I'm using. Currently this Breath of Fire just doesn't fit in this build. It's the only non-magical skill I've got. I will use a non-magical Akshi Missile, but that's just due to lack of points. And now, knowing that we're gonna be able to equip 6 passives with the new update, that would further add to the theory crafting for Chaos 6 and 7 builds. But this is probably not the best roll, so I just got this set finished just before this run. Now let's try the boss. I probably would die a few times if there's enemies there. Oh, the dogs, they're dangerous. Yeah, I keep getting stunned. I need to get rid of those dogs quickly. Okay, I forgot to use my number 1 skill, now I can use it. I'm gonna try and face tank him. Oh, look at this thing. I think I can spam. Let me see it better. No, and I thought I can channel both my Breath of Fire and my... what's it called? Arcane. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to channel Arcane Hail and Breath of Fire at the same time? Now this enemy with the banner needs to die, because he's buffing the boss, making him hit harder. Okay, I think I killed the one with the banner, so I can just focus using my Breath of Fire. I'll keep changing some stuff now. So let's quickly woot. But this is an interesting build because you can spam step between two worlds. All you need is energy. I'm wondering if the final version of no, this is fire. This is also magic, but I know Phantom Blade won't work. I tried it. It's kind of very bad for generating energy. At least I couldn't get it to work well. Etheric Orb may be nice. Etheric Orb in combination with Etheric Tornado. You can pull the enemies inside the tornado. Let's go to the town and start thinking of ways to make this build okay. So first thing we know, I'm getting rid of Breath of Fire. I really don't want to get rid of Aether Blast, especially since this is a magic damage build and this is a magic damage skill. This would be a great way to stack 3 of those and just to keep them on the boss. But I want to try the tornado first. We can get rid of the vortex, but it's nice to be able to slow them and to just deal more damage to enemies inside the vortex. For the energy gain, probably let's try this. We kinda get this etheric storm from the set itself as a passive around us. This is the only other magic damage skill that seems worth. Yeah, this will be my only non-magic damage skill, but maybe it would work. Let's try again. What am I using here? Damage bonus. Which one was it? Vort. This is the same, but accessories. Do I have the one with energy? Yes, I do. With bad rolls, I think I got a better one earlier. With crit chance. Okay, let me equip. Since do I have something with cooldowns? Play it that way. Let me quickly bless this ring. How's my crit chance? 44. Should be 54 when staying. Okay, that's strange. I'm not seeing the field that this creates. Anyways, let's bless the ring. I'll reset my skills after this run and change them with the magic damage skill. I'll try and see how it goes. Just forgot to check what the other ring had on it. The other ring had crit damage. So that's what I'm gonna get. Now let me exchange some blessing fragments. I need 1250 green ones. And the same goes for red ones. Thousand two hundred and 75 actually. So I need a few more red ones. I will get them from this run though, so that's not a problem. Okay, now if I decide to reset my skills, remove all those points here and get some points all the way to here. How many points can I get here? 16 points. Can go all the way to here. Or go here and take 2 nodes somewhere else. We'll see. Let's go. Hopefully it gives me corn so I can test on the exact same enemies. Otherwise it would be a bit difficult to tell the difference if it's not the same enemy. Okay, when we stay static we're losing health. I think it was 1000 health per second or something like that. I can manage with this. I've been dying to try a build with this set. Oh, I think I need to use my teleport to damage them. Let me try and see how much damage I can get just from the teleport. Okay, it's not much damage that I can get from the teleport. Let's see how much damage I can do with the tornado itself. 20 fragments. $600,000, that's barely any damage, that's not worth it. Okay, let me find, oh, elite, perfect. This is very slow. Compared to my other builds, this is very slow in regards to damage. Maybe I'm picking the wrong skills. I'll try picking the race, the etheric race. Maybe with them instead of the tornado it will. It's not like I can't do the things, it just takes shit tons of time because the damage. And I've got enough crit chance and crit damage. But look at the tornadoes. I mean, yes, they keep fooling him. He kinda couldn't get to me because all the tornadoes were just sucking him in. So maybe instead of using etheric vortex, I can use the etheric beam. I will try this with the tornadoes again. Let's stack some tornadoes. Still not sure how to combo everything. There are so many skills that you have to use at the same time. It's not bad though. I'm actually surviving, and look at this guy, he can barely reach me because he keeps getting knocked back by the tornadoes. So yes, let's reset my skills and get some more magic damage and we'll be fine. I don't think we need the energy, we probably need the magic damage. But was that magic damage to burning? I don't think I can set them aflame with Akshi missile. So this was burning enemies take more magical damage. This is for the other set, for the Dragon Tamer. But okay, let's reset. Kind of forgot what else I took here. I'll figure it out afterwards. This is the magic damage. I probably took this cooldown reduction, but maybe I need cost reduction for this specific build. I think I went all the way here for the damage reduction, but for now let me go get that extra energy. This node. Now we can get more energy, damage to champions, extra energy, and crit damage compared to some armor loss was, let's see, losing armor, is it worth it? Where can we get more cost reduction? This is energy regain for the cost of cooldown. In the meantime, I think we could have gotten rid of some passives, like whatever I was using there. I'm not using continuity, so I'm gonna use the max energy. I got rid of this one, the absorption. This was an experiment of mine. It worked well with the other. We could try using this as a damage skill instead of the tornadoes, but probably it won't work that well. Now as a number one, what was I using? I was using this. So the tornadoes are a good experiment. If they don't work out, I'll use Etheric Storm. 22 energy cost, and this is 27-second cooldown, so it's not so good to have such a good cooldown, such a big cooldown. So we've got 10 points, 10 skill. I would need some more HP, this is true. So I can get cost reduction 10, 12 cost reduction, and here I'm gonna lose some energy. Four points. I can get more energy there. I can get more energy here as well. It's kind of the same. In each case I'm getting 4 damage, 10 bonus damage to champions and 6 energy. But this would give me some cost reduction. This is 16 seconds cooldown. And which one had a cooldown? 6 seconds. 6. So if you have the ring that reduces your cooldown, you could be okay, regardless of the cooldown reduction that you're losing. I can get 6 energy here as well. And I'm gonna get that bonus damage to champions. What if I were to just get those 2 bonus damage to champions? Green fragments. Green fragments it is. Yeah, those 2 notes with damage to champions are kinda juicy. I'd rather take them both. So look at that, 30 bonus damage to champions, 10 champion bonus damage reduction, 18% cost reduction. And the energy is 13%, HP is 13%. Good. Okay, our crit chance, okay, there we go, 54%. This will not be the best weapon for this set, so probably the Sentinel is okay. But Phoenix Herald would have been nice if it wasn't fire damage. But look at this thing. If we were to take Phoenix Herald and take this passive, Phoenix Herald is burning the enemies, so regardless of us not using burning skills, we would be able to benefit from that extra 40% damage. So tomorrow I will farm some fragments and try this with this set. For now I just gonna keep playing with this setup. But tomorrow instead of the extra energy increase, we can probably try playing with that extra burning damage. And maybe instead of using Aether Blast, I can try using Etheric Storm, but the cooldown is very long. This is 27 seconds and this is 6. So, okay. Let's buy some relic map. Cinch. Okay, this is not a bad. Start it, just need a minute. Okay, give me a minute for a bathroom break quickly. Just a second, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Now let's see how this would work on this map. Not doing the same map, so it's kind of hard to tell if there is much of a difference. The damage still seems pretty low, but maybe I just need to stack shit tons of tornado. I'm barely scratching this guy. But if I were to use my number 1 skill, maybe it would be different. Or if I keep... Oh, look at that, I keep teleporting inside him. And then he gets his HP down. Okay, so I actually spam this quite a lot. Oh, that's very fast. Now I'm ready for an elite fight. Look at this. I'm just knocking him back. So you can probably knock him back inside a corner where he won't be able to escape. So this build is great in regards to survivability. As you can see, those tornadoes are barely letting the close range monsters to reach us. Only the ranged missiles would reach us. And for ranged missiles, we can slow them with this. This is probably the speedrunning build for this class, as long as I can figure out a way to get more damage out of it. And this will be with, as I said, Phoenix Herald to burn the enemies. And after you burn the enemies with Phoenix Herald, you would use this passive. So tomorrow this will be the experiment out, once I have enough. Okay, that should be enough. Okay, I'm gonna spam shit tons of tornadoes. Look at this skill. I'm using this step between two worlds as a damage skill instead of a movement skill. I just need to learn how to synchronize using Aether Blast, Etheric Tornado, the Etheric Vortex to increase the damage he's taking by 25%. In the meantime, let me quickly try using so. Oh, fuck. I teleported inside the dying enemy who explodes when he dies. I forgot that. Okay, I'm liking this. Yes, this will be a great synergy. Phoenix Hair enemies. Dealing more magical damage to burning enemies. Although I'm kind of reckless and careless, as you see. I could have just kept away from the fire and not died. So tomorrow will be a great day. If I manage to farm enough fragments, I'll stop paying with fragments when I die. If I manage to farm it today, I'll try it. Oh shit, mages, mages. Look at them, two of them with the big staffs. Yep, mages, too many. And when there's too many mages, you can't avoid the missiles. So now, have to back up a bit. Even more. Let's keep backing up a bit. Maybe instead of the tornadoes, the etheric lasers would be okay. The laser beams. But the tornado kind of gives us more knockback. Okay, let me go and quickly kill the boss. I'll try to get away from the mage.
My magic is not ready.
Basically, at the moment the damage needs to be fixed. If you do more damage, they won't be able to kill you fast enough. Let me return my other stuff back to myself. Where was it? So back to the Relentless Sentinel. I'm not sure which one I was. Probably the one with the more crit chance. As for the offhand, this costs 20, and that way it costs 15. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at this, perfect. This is what this build needed. And I kind of got greedy to kill him. Did I at least manage to kill him? He was on a few hits away. Okay. So this is kind of how you get this. With Rift Eater. And with that skill I was thinking of getting, once I get it, that would be even further more damage. Oh shit, I need to get away from here. Wow, look at this. Oh, run, run, run. Now, I kind of did something very bad. I put so many mages in the boss room. I need to kill them one by one. Should have killed him before engaging the boss. Was not thinking well. Oh, and now instead of running away from the AoE, I kind of ran right into it.
My magic is not ready.
I want to see how this current version of the setup does against the boss in solo. So first let's get rid of... Okay, the boss is dying pretty fast.
Dare you, you abomination.
I'm gonna die from the fire, maybe not. So for the boss he was fine, and if I replace the tornado with the lasers, it's probably gonna be better. Next try, trying with the laser. Well, that's 400 extra armor for the cost of 100 HP. Might just keep it just in... No, I wanted to
Hey,
check.
looks funny the set, but is it strong enough?
Well, I'm just trying to find out how to make it stronger. I just need to get probably a better focusing crystal, because this seems to be the weapon that goes well with this set. See, I'm kind of experimenting. I went for extra energy. I think tomorrow I'll get rid of this extra energy and try getting arcane secrets. Or maybe I can get rid of Ether Blast and get arcane secrets. And arcane secrets can combo well with this weapon, with Phoenix Herald. Alternatively, I can just burn the enemies with something else. But for now I'm experimenting Rift Eater combo with Relentless Sentinel. Hopefully I'll get a good focusing crystal just to experiment with this one. But the focusing crystal seems like the weapon for the dragon tamer set. Maybe Relentless Sentinel isn't bad, or Phoenix Hero. That's the two weapons that would go well with this. Now I want to remove the tornado and test this skill. I'm just testing, trying to find the best and most optimal way to play the build. It's not my main build, so I probably don't have items to bless this with some crit damage. Let's see. Yeah, I can't bless it with crit damage yet, so I'll just play without the crit damage bonus. But yeah, it's kind of an experimentation phase for this build. And once I'm done experimenting with this build, I'll try experimenting with the other one, with the Dragon Tamer. It's the one I haven't tried yet. Let's try a Nurgle. Clean Nurgle, just 20% extra damage. Shouldn't be too
Maybe
challenging.
fire energy spender for the DMGPROC.
I tried with Breath of Fire. I tried with Breath of Fire and it didn't work, but maybe now it would work, because I changed my passives. I didn't have this before, so I'll see. First let me try like this with Etheric Ray, see how it goes with Etheric Ray as an energy spend. I'm seeing some wagging, so I'm not sure if it's shown on the stream, but I was seeing some dropped frames on my end. Maybe I kind of stacked too many enemies in the same place and my PC can't handle it.
Yes, laggy.
I'm not a big fan of those Etheric Rays. I don't think they do enough damage. Let me see the damage from them. 200,000. And it's 3 of them, so around 600,000. Maybe 900,000 max when we stack them. But then I have to keep them pointing at the same time, and I can only rotate one of them instead of the 3 of the same. What I would suggest to the developers is, for this skill, when you're moving, to be moving all 3 of them in the same direction, not just one. This would make it perfect if you're pointing the 3 of them at the same place at the same time, because the enemies rarely stay at the same place unless they're boss. So probably Breath of Fire would be better. It's kind of the skill I was using for my other set before. So maybe Breath of Fire would go well with this build. But still I don't have this skill. But oh fuck, I forgot I had an elite on. But let me revive and I'll explain. If I want to use this weapon, I need a good one. And this is kind of okay, just losing some flat damage. So let me finish this map. I'm gonna try and... The Rift Eater seems to be the best offhand for this build. But the Phoenix one, I forgot the name. What was its name? This one, the Soulfire, is also good if you're proccing burning on the enemy. So if I were to put the fire skill, maybe I can go back to using the Soulfire. And here I didn't even notice... fuck. I forgot that this enemy kind of explodes. Yeah, those Ether Rays, I'm not a big fan of them. It requires a lot of precision to get them to work, and the enemies kinda keep moving away from it, so as soon as you cast another skill, moved, and everything's kind of lost. course I can just spam my teleport and just damage them with that. I'm not sure what hit me for like almost one shot, but I think I was behind the big guy when this happened, so probably it wasn't the big. But yeah, this doesn't do much damage if I use it as a damage skill, the teleport. But it still helps for extra repelling and damage. I do need the ring with cooldown reduction though, so I can keep spamming Aether Blast. And what ring am I using? So this one I can replace with the one for cooldown reduction. Or the one with damage bonus. So this is the crit chance, so I need a better roll on it. At the moment I don't want to sacrifice some crit chance. Okay, barely escaped there before dying. I'm kinda stuck. This one's kind of tough. Normally I haven't had much difficulty with that type of enemy. I don't know why this time he's doing so much damage. On other classes, on other builds, depending on the class, I've never had to spend so much time killing him, but the damage is probably very whacking. So Breath to Fire maybe would help fix that. I'll see how it goes with Breath of Fire. Oh wow, what's with this whack? Fuck, fuck, fuck. Let me quickly check. So it's Chaosbane suddenly spiked in its usage of CPU, and my CPU is kinda weak. It's just an i5. And there isn't an option to reduce some settings in the game. Thankfully with the new patch they would allow me to reduce some things. Because I want to switch off shadows, I want to reduce anti-aliasing and things like that. I really don't care about the graphics as long as it can run my stream smoothly. And yeah, it was using over 50% CPU, which is kind of a lot for a game of its caliber for my configuration. Okay, let's not bother with this elite, I'm gonna kill the easy one. fuck. I knew I should just keep going. Let's just leave this guy. And yeah, I'll try with my energy spender. I also am not using the right passives. This is not working with this build. But if I were to use Breath of Fire, it would work with it. For energy, for magical damage builds, this won't be bad. This isn't bad. I really don't need this. So yeah, I forgot to fix my passives. Oh, this is nice. With this thing, I wouldn't need to get that skill. Probably. Okay, let's finish this map and quickly fix some of my passives. Take Breath of Fire. But I think every set can be good. Every set can be made to be worth playing. It's not like just one set being the most OP, most meta thing. You just need to fix the passives and skills, and every set can be made to work okay. Maybe not as effective as some other sets, but that doesn't mean that you can't complete the game and survive. I'm thinking that the damage reduction based builds and the tanky builds would be what will be best for Chaos 6 and 7, but we'll see.
Perfection requires patience. The spell's perfection requires patience.
And from all the effects, I can't see when the big guy is casting his poison attack. This one that I just saw him casting. Oh, and there's a healer, great. Is he? Can Okay, let's not bother with the fat guy.
Perfection requires patience. Requires patience. My life does not deserve such a sacrifice.
Where could the boss be? Oh yeah, I see where he is.
Too weak to use my magic. Perfection requires I should conserve my energy. I should drink some more. My life does not
Oh
deserve
shit,
such sacrifice.
I let him hit me. I kind of was pushing it. I thought I can survive more with this build, but anyways, let's just play it
My
safe now.
magic is not ready yet. I should wait some perfection requires patience. My magic is not ready yet.
Okay, now I'll try Breath of Flame, see how it works with this build, and I'll try using that other weapon that deals explosions to burning enemy. I still don't have enough fragment resetting this, but I will try. Very well with this build, so we don't have to use Aether Blast, but we can use the Aether Storm, which has a longer cooldown and it's a bit crappier in the damage department. So now let's quickly sell and then sort out some of the skills. Doing a lot of experimentation today with this class now. So I wanted to first get rid of Etheric Ray, try using Breath of Fire. So here are two options. One option would give us extra damage, extra 5% damage, and 5% on 11,000 won't be more than the 13,000, I think. We'll see. Now, the weapon I wanted to try, and keep in mind I'm losing my blessings here, I'm gonna lose the blessings here, so that's 40 crit damage that we're losing because I don't have fragments. This weapon doesn't seem bad, the passive, but if you're burning enemies, maybe this is not a bad choice. So I'll change them on the go and see how it performs with either. But for cooldowns, I really want this ring with good rolls. Ring of Radiance, was it? Oh, I need on it. Just some crit chance. For the amulet, I think I can't get anything better for now. So tomorrow I'm gonna try with Arcane Secrets. Now let's remove this. Fire damage is increased. Each nearby burning enemy increases crit hit chance. This is not bad, but what if we go for something that boosts the magic damage? This gives us energy gain. This just gives us some more damage. This is increasing my energy cost, so it's not good. And this that I'm using is just healing me and giving me damage reduction. I would experiment later with this one just to see how it is. For now, I say let's remove that one and let's maybe get this woe. Hopefully we get a corn map. Corn map would be the great test. Because I've been doing core maps before in the first few tries of this build. So anything other than Swanish would be a good test. Because I've done all three others. I haven't done Swanish with this build yet. But Swanish is the hardest of the four for some builds, maybe for this one as well. Okay, let's pull him to the chest. I wanna see what's in it. Okay, this guy is pretty tanky. I'm not sure if it's worth killing him at all. Especially when there's one with a banner near. But I can just keep knocking him back. Look at it, he can't hit me. If he hits me, I'm dead. But if he doesn't hit me, then we don't have a problem.
Too weak to use my magic. My magic is not ready yet. I shall serve.
Oh, fuck. I let myself get hit. It's very easy not to let yourself get hit with this build because you have no cooldown on step between two worlds. As long as you have energy and just one hit with your Akshi missile is enough to get you enough energy to escape. So it's just about concentration, which
Ascension requires
and now if I were to dodge, I would not have died, but I didn't dodge. But I think it works. This is how you can get this build to work. One thing I would change, I would remove Aether Blast. I will remove Aether Blast tomorrow. I'm not losing much, I'm just losing some HP and armor, a bit of cooldown reduction, 2% cooldown reduction, some champion damage reduction. Let's see how many skill points. 14, I need 14. Can I get 14? All the way to here is 11. If I remove all those skill points, that's 21. And I can try and get HP from some place else. Not sure from where, but from some place we could probably get some HP. Maybe we could try and get... no, that would take a while. Well, we'll be squishier with this version. We'll be squishier. Oh, thank you for the follow, Jaika Crip. Much appreciated. Nice to have you on my Twitch channel, dude. So I'll experiment tomorrow when I have some fragments. I'll have to farm on the easy difficulty.
Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Struck Club.
But this kind of made the build work, even without taking the extra magical damage to burning enemies. Maybe it doesn't need the extra magical damage to burning enemies, as the fire seems to be the main damage of the... And now again I kind of stopped dodging, so just know that if you see me dying...
Which class do you suggest?
Which class? Well, what do you want to succeed in? Like
Mage
the
looks
range...
awesome with this build.
Well, this is not the best build for mage, but it's fun. It surely is fun. There are a few other builds with the mage, and I can try and show one of them in a moment. But I think the ranger, the scout, would really suit you if you like poison damage. If you like the bounty hunter, not bounty hunter, but the demon hunter in Diablo, you would really enjoy the poison build for the scout. The warrior also has a few good builds, and I managed to find a setup of the passives that
I like
can
Barb
be
and
used.
Mage.
Well, you would probably really love both this and the warrior and the dwarf. The dwarf is kind of okay. You have some leap attack kind of build that works very nice on it. What was I saying? Ah, yeah. On this class, I will show you in a moment this set, the Dragon Tamer set. I wanted to try it, but I can't change my passives. But for the of the set, I can go quickly on the warrior just to show you that after this map. The way I've set up those passives can be used with any of the three sets, and it won't feel like it's weak. There are just some little changes that need to be...
warrior, but I might LVL mage as well.
For me, my
Which
first play,
difficulty is this?
this is the final difficulty, Chaos 5. This is the most difficult it can get until next week when they're adding 2 more difficulties. But they're adding extra items. They're adding green items, which will be more powerful than the heroic ones that are red. So on the warrior, it took me 3 hours and a half to finish the campaign. This is my record for speed running on the warrior, because you have what was it? Break through the ranks and shielded are amazing for speed running. And if you can keep your energy high enough with the warrior, you don't even need shielded charge, you just need to break through the ranks. On the slayer, it took me 4 hours to finish the campaign. But it was my 3rd playthrough on the slayer, and on the warrior it was my 4th playthrough. The ranger took me like 5 hours, I think. Or 4.5, I'm not sure. But it was my 2nd playthrough, so I still probably could do it better now. The mage took me the longest to complete, but I was watching all the videos, I was reading all the text from the quests, and it took me like 10 hours or so to finish leveling my mage. But it can probably be done in like 5 hours as well with the mage, if someone tries hard to just speedrun it. Okay, what do I drop? I kinda picked up some of the junk I dropped. Ah shit, I keep picking up the junk. Yeah, I need to sort out my inventory when I'm in the town, so I have...
Is this build for mage on your YouTube channel?
This isn't, this was made by me just now. If you want to screenshot it, this is the passives. These are the passives. I will change it though, I will try getting rid of this. And I'll try taking this here. And then I'll need to find a way to get more... I'll try to find a way to get more HP, because I'll have to lose this HP. I need 14 skill points to reach this, and all the way to here is like 12 or 11. 11 to here, and then if I remove this it's 12, 13, 14. Then I can keep this, but I wouldn't need this anymore, or this. So you have to find a way to get some more energy, more HP. Because it will have like 80 something thousand if I were to do that. You might get some HP in your gear, by the way, if you feel the need. But I think getting crit chance and crit damage is the best. But if you have crit damage from the passive nodes, you can sacrifice some damage on the blessings.
I'd like to see your dwarf build.
Sure, sure. Let me quickly finish this map and I can show you whatever you wanna see. I've been constantly modifying my builds for each character. So maybe it's not looking the same as my YouTube channel build.
Yeah, when you have time.
Just keep that in mind. What you're seeing on my YouTube channel probably is no longer what I'm playing with. But I will be making builds for every single set on every single character as time goes. It just takes a lot of time. I can probably do mostly one build per day. It is kind of pushing it for me. And I wanna stream Borderlands 2's new DLC, and now tomorrow, so I won't be able to upload a build video. I can still do build video before streaming. I'm open to suggestions, builds for what class, what set you want to see that I haven't done. I'll try to prioritize those. So if anyone wants to see specific set build, do let me know. and tomorrow after I finish farming some fragments I can do.
I'm new to the
Okay,
game, so yeah.
nice. Okay, let me quickly get rid of those enemies before doing the boss, because otherwise it would be kinda difficult to just dodge the boss and the enemy. Another thing that's a good combo, you can cast this on yourself. If you cast this on yourself, you can take it as a bomb, you can teleport with step between two worlds, and just make the enemies take damage as you teleport and land next to them. Just keep in mind that when you land with the heroic version, you repel them. But let me show you. Casting this, now it's on me. And now it exploded here while I was teleporting. So this is kind of a way to use this as a bomb. As for the campaign, I personally, when I started out my first playthrough, I was playing on very hard, and I was just reducing to hard for the bosses. But if you want to speed through and reach the end game quickly, you can just do the campaign on normal. It will be probably slightly faster, like few minutes faster, maybe even half an hour faster depending. But if you want to take your time and enjoy the story, probably you can just do it on whatever difficulty. Just don't do the campaign on Chaos 1 or up. Anything up to very hard is probably... So those are very tanky, the ones with the banners, but if we let them live, then they would make killing the boss very difficult, because they would keep buffing him. Look at this guy, he's still not dying. He's gonna take more time to kill than a boss, I'm telling you. And now more enemies came into the party and more banner bearers. I'm gonna try and get this one before his banner reach up. Come on, die. Okay, now it's my time. And I kinda missed the window now. He's tanky now. He has some small window of opportunity where you can attack him and he can take the full damage. But otherwise, look at it, just a few thousand. 30, 10, 9, something. Even my most damage skill did only 200,000. And now there's another one with banner. Okay, one of them died. I think the other one won't follow me to the boss. Let's go to the boss. Hopefully he won't follow me. Ah fuck, he did. Okay, I'll have to just try and burst him somehow. Look at this damage. That's barely any damage. On your Wobi. And this is one of my most hated enemies to show up right before a boss fight. If I don't kill him, the boss gets very powerful, very strong and very hard. I could probably die and let him run away back to where he spawned, but there's always the chance that he would randomly come to the boss fight. It's happened to me once. I was fighting the boss and then enemies from the other end of the map that I had aggroed before somehow came to me. This dome is very nice because it makes them take 25% more damage. And it also slows any missiles and things. I wonder if I should be far away to make him take more damage. No, it's still the same even if I'm out of the radius. He's finally dead, so I can focus on the big guy. Okay, look at this damage he did. Yeah, the damage doesn't seem good at all. Even with Breath of Fire, this build kind of is whacking in damage. It's kind of whacking in damage, so I'm left to rely on Aether Blast, which shouldn't be the case. He's just doing too much damage and I'm not doing enough. So it's gonna take too long to be worth it. Those enemies keep showing up. Look at this one shot. Although he's doing 20% more damage than usual due to the map mod. But that should be one of the best mods to get because it's not getting you to lose energy or HP. Just 20% more damage on the enemies. And now some dogs came. Ah, fuck, I was so close to using my potion. Oh, this is kind of annoying.
My magic is not ready.
Where did those dogs come from? They came somewhere from up there. But the damage is so bad on this build, it's kind of not worth playing it. At least not for Chaos 5. For any other difficulty that's lower than Chaos 4, like Chaos 3, 2, 1, probably it's gonna be not bad just for some farming. But for Chaos 5 it doesn't seem worth playing it. Maybe I should change stuff like Breath of Fire shouldn't be used, but I can't think of anything else to use other than Breath of Fire. Probably Phoenix Bulwark would be okay, so I'll try with it. They're balancing the bosses though, so maybe this boss won't be that bad later on when they balance him. But yeah, I kind of let's just leave the map. I'm just losing so much time. I can just show something else. Like you wanted to see the dwarf build, I can show you that. Yes, for this build is still work in progress, so it needs more tweaking before I say it's worth using. Let's go Bragi. Bragi, I'm not sure what I've got on him now. Let's see. Oh, I'm actually using my Grimnir build. Probably just my passives are kind of, yeah, I reworked my passives to this way. I even posted it on my video, the screenshot of how I reworked the passives. I didn't take this. And this is the more damage oriented version. You can get rid of this armor piercing. Like you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
Nice.
and 6 for the champion damage reduction. So you can get rid of those 6 nodes here and get those 6 nodes. If you want a more defensive version, more HP and more champion damage reduction. For the passives, I decided to go with Death Blow Superior, Spite Smite Superior, and the good thing about Spite Smite Superior is it works when the enemies are 40% HP, not 20. So for bosses it kicks in earlier than expected. For body count mastered, you get extra 100%. Before I was using body count superior and that was 50%. For 30 seconds, now it's 100% for 20 seconds. So you really need to be fast when killing elite. What's my cooldown reduction? 53.3, so I have 2 seconds on strike of the anvil, more than enough. And here I'm using kind of not the best I can use. I'll probably give my dwarf gear to the mage to just stack some more crit chance and crit damage instead of crit chance and flat damage. I'll see how it goes. But I'm not using the best I can use because I don't have the best items I can use. Like here it's okay. Crit chance, crit damage, damage cooldown. Here it's kind of the
How many
same.
hours do you have in Chaosbane?
I'm not really sure, but I'd say it's over 120, 50. I'm not for sure it is 100, because just my streams themselves kind of add up to more than that. Might even be 200, I'm not sure. I do have a lot of time to play, so that's kind of why. Okay, let's try just a basic map because I wanna save some money. Now you see the map that my mage was just now struggling with on that incomplete build.
Just let it be. Nothing can stop you. Time. Just another second. Press them all.
The idea is I should have been already reaching the next elite. And yeah, I'm kind of not used to playing this build. I haven't played it today, so I need some warm-up time. I shouldn't start straight from Chaos 5. I should probably warm up on Chaos 3 or just to get used to the mechanics, changing from one mechanic to another. You can see pretty damaging. It is kinda squishy at times, but it can do shit tons. The main idea, the way I've set up the
Wouldn't
build
it
now
dare
is,
to play on lower diff?
of course, if you're farming, it's better to play on lower difficulties. If you're just, I don't know, I personally don't like playing on Chaos 5 much, but some of my viewers want to see specific builds working on Chaos 5, so that's why I try to play on Chaos 5, then a bit on Chaos 2 and 3 for farming. I personally don't like playing on Chaos 5 much myself, because it's not worth the time spent for the items you get. When I farm, each day I spend some time farming before streaming, so I have some goat to work around with to modify my builds. I usually do it in Chaos 1, 2 or 3. It's just too easy to farm on the other difficulties and you get shit tons of gear so fast. You sell the gear, you get fragments. You also get fragments themselves with bloodlust stacking. How is my attack? It's not so bad. It's not counting this crit damage to that I get after killing an elite. Oh shit! I wanted to cast my invulnerability, but I didn't. Sometimes the attacks get stuck, and the animation of one skill is still performing, and you can't do the other one. I really do like stacking cooldown reduction so I can reset Ancestor's Gift, but all I need is more crits. So if I replace all my gear with just crit chance, that would give me another 10 crit chance. No, it would give me another... At the moment I have 5 crit chance, 0.5, but I can have 2. So yeah, I'm at the moment at 5 crit chance, but I can have 20 from my gear. So 15 more. And that would mean more crits, which in turn would mean more cooldown. Basically, if you level up a mage, you can bless your gear for all other characters with fully linked sockets. So that's what you kind of need to do. Regardless what character you play, you would still kind of need to have a mage ready for blessing their gear if you want the fully linked setup. And I want to do that for this guy later. Maybe tomorrow I can do it if I have enough bless. Come on, I was pressing my number 3. I kind of landed
Wait, why
and died
mage?
immediately. Because look at this. When you go to bless an item, on the dwarf you can only do one link. On the mage you can link those two, you can link those two, you can link those two, you can link those two. Which means 4 links, which could give you 2 crit chance, for example, or 20 crit damage. On this guy you can either get 5 crit damage or 0.5 crit chance. The rest are unlinked and kind of can either be HP or damage. You can't get those link only bonus. You can give your dwarf gear to the storage. You can take it with the mage from the storage and just upgrade it on the mage with fully linked setup. Okay, what I'll do is I'll kill the enemies first before doing the boss. I don't need
Cool.
more enemies around me to get this to work.
How do you link?
You link like this. Let's per se take this item. We want to put those here. Now, since I don't have many things, if you do that, let me quickly do something out. I have a guide on this on YouTube, but this is the image guide, the picture guide. I can try and find the link to this image. Just a second, I'm finding the link to the image so you can download. It will really help you later on when you're upgrading, just to have it on your PC. I'm gonna post it for the other chat.
Oh nice. You are the streamer I was looking for, lol, really helpful.
No worries, dude. On my YouTube channel there is a complete guide in regards to blessings for all classes, and I'm saying what the differences are in each class. Each class has a different way of blessing cards, so they can link different number of sockets. This guy can link one. The soldier can link 2 things at the same. The ranger can have 3 links and the mage can have 4 links.
So you need to LVL all classes.
Well, you
Not
just
many
need to
guides
level
of
up
this
a
game
mage.
around.
You need to level up a mage. Regardless of what class you're playing, you need a mage if you want to have the maximum out of
Yup.
the blessing. So you don't need all the other classes, you just need mage and whatever you want to play. Or you can just play whatever you want without leveling a mage, you just kind of have a limitation in the blessings. I do think the developers
This
need to
game didn't get a
reconsider
lot of
this.
streamers don't know why looks awesome.
Well, many people got turned down by the bad reviews. I was one of those people at first, but I just decided to give the game a try, see if I like it. And I think it wasn't bad, probably it wasn't worth it what it is, but eventually it will pay off what I've paid for it, once they add some more.
I like it Oswell DLCS or turn off though.
Yeah, the what they're calling pay to win passives is kind of probably a big turn off for people, because being able to pay for a DLC that gives you a passive tree that no one else would have, that doesn't, well, not no one else, but people who didn't buy it wouldn't have this passive tree. And they're talking about this, it's gonna be something different for each class, different kind of passives you can take. And I think they need to reconsider this and just make it available to everyone as a free DLC. And the same goes for the blessings. I think they need to reconsider the blessings and make it the way the mage handles
Are they really
blessings
going to do this?
for everyone.
I hope not, it will ruin the game.
It will kind of ruin it. I personally wouldn't mind it because it's not a competitive game, but they are trying to make it a competitive game by adding leaderboards. So I see how the competitive people would wanna kind of call it pay to win. I personally don't believe in such a thing as competitive PvE when you're not winning anything, just bragging rights and EP in size. But I know many people, I have and stuff like that. So I can see why some people would say this is pay to win, walking stuff behind a paywall. And I completely agree with them in the way they're thinking. It doesn't bother me, but many people would be bothered by it, so I can understand why. If they reconsider this and decide to just not add it as part of the paid DLCs, that would be nice. But most importantly, something they can easily fix at the moment is the blessing system. They can make the way mages bless items be available to everyone, like the maximum links possible. Because it just feels restrictive. It feels like a way to say fuck you to the other classes and no fuck you to the mages. Or just to force people to level up mages. Because it's not like I can get my maximum links on this character, I just need to level up a mage. So, what's the reason behind making it this way? No one knows.
Does the mage need to be max LV to bless the gear?
It doesn't need, but if it's max level, it can get the most out of it. Let me just show you why. When you go to bless an
I
item,
guess so, there is more stuff to do endgame.
look what happens here. I add the links and then I add this fragment, and it takes 50, which means I'm level 50, it's taking 50. But if I'm level 30, it will take 30, and it will not give me the maximum bonus. So you can try it if you have something. You can try and bless an item. It will take the number of fragments for your level, but it will not give you the bonuses you can see in this image I gave you a link to. So the lower
Oh
your
wow, that's
level,
gay.
yeah, indeed, the lower your level. Also, Terutino, welcome to my stream. Nice to see you here, dude. Welcome to my Twitch channel. Also, the lower your level, the lower the fragments and the lower the bonuses you get from blessings. That's why you kind of need to be max level if you wanna get the most out of the blessing. But the good news is you can speedrun the game in like 3 hours and a half, 4 hours. I've done it in 3 hours and a half and I know it's possible. On the mage you can probably do it in maximum 5 hours if you just rush through all the quests and now let me do some. Does anyone want to see a specific character? Like does anyone want to see Scout, Warrior, anything? Or should I keep playing on this guy?
Guy LVED Slayer twice for different builds.
Oh boy, you don't need to do that, you know, but okay. You need 1275, you remember this number,
I
1275 of
really
each
like the mage
fragment.
build, damn it, might start leveling it.
So 1275 fragments is all you need to reset your skills and level up everything again, all 50 levels. So it's not much. You can probably farm it in a few hours. And you can also keep doing boss rushes. I can show you quickly some boss rushes. Easy way if you don't wanna do what's it called? Expeditions, not expeditions but relic hunts. You can just go for boss rushing. And boss rushes are also a great way to earn fragments by just selling gear. One of the easiest bosses on any class is this one, cause you don't have to wait for cooldowns on the different phases. Kind of messed up here, I should have been spamming my number 2. I used my charging skill
Yeah,
without the
but
need
let's
of it.
say I want to play fire build and stomp build for like invasions. The idea was that I have 2 builds in like 2 clicks instead of switching up all the time
That's
and
nice.
tossing fragments.
That is quite nice, and I might actually even do that eventually for some class, just to see how it goes with the invasions. First I want to see the invasions, and then I'll be able to make a decision whether I need the next build for the invasion. But yeah, the blacksmith build is quite nice. The anvil build. On the ranger, I'm really fond of both the trap and the poison build, but the poison build is of course very good. I can show you now. As for this, I was just showing, yeah, boss run can net you some good items quite fast. As you see, I just got 2 reds. You might end up getting 0 reds, you might end up getting 4 reds. I'd say average for 10 runs you would be getting 15 red items, roughly. So for 20 runs, between 27.8 and 32.3, 4, if lucky. And when you sell those, you get a lot of reputation. Okay,
Want
let's
to roll together?
roll together. I'm not sure what do you mean. Just to play together? I wouldn't mind later, but for now it's 2:10 a.m. So I'll probably just do 2 more maps until 2:30, maybe 3 more maps. But tomorrow maybe for sure. Now
Yeah,
I
happy
I really
face.
wanted to quickly change my build to my scout, because I haven't played it today. Well, I did play it, but off screen. Let's quickly show Alessa with the poison build. She's one mean poisoner, and again I don't have the best rolls possible for her, but
How do
for
you skip
speed,
the intro story?
hold your mouse button for the cinematics, or hold spacebar, or keep pressing
Every time
space.
I start the game. In options.
This one from the options doesn't work for me, but you can do this automatically skip dialogue in here. But it doesn't work for me, so you can
Ah,
just keep
cool.
pumping spacebar. If you hold or pump spacebar, or keep pumping your mouse one button, it can skip all the dialogues
Is
if it
find a
doesn't
game
work for you.
useful?
Well, I've never played with other people.
Or solo better?
I never played with other people because I heard
For
there's a
me it
bug.
does. That's weird.
Uh, Jaka Crypt, be aware there is a bug at the moment that you may end up losing your campaign progress. You may lose your character progress when going into someone's multiplayer game. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but mostly due to this bug I was avoiding playing with other people until they fix it. And also I kind of prefer playing solo when streaming, because when I'm with other people I might end up just dragging them behind when I just stop to explain stuff. Now this build,
Oh,
let me quickly get rid of this gear first.
which
This is kind of,
ARPGs did you play?
well, almost every ARPG except, let's say, Last Epoch. I haven't tried it yet. Kind of short on money, so unless someone gives me the game, it's kind of hard to play it for me. But I've been trying Diablo, I've tried Path of Exile. I'm currently alpha testing Torchlight Frontiers, and Torchlight Frontiers was the game to make me stream again. This is my god skills currently for this build, if you're interested. I've played games like Diablo 1 and 2. Uh, was it Dungeon
Group is
Siege?
funny for boss rush 1 Sidlier 1 to 2 Archer and Dwarf or Wizard Chaos 5 bosses die like Chaos 2 to 3 solo.
Nice, nice. I've played Dungeon Siege 1, 2, 3. I've played Sacred 1, 2, and 3, which kind of wasn't as good as 2. So kind of almost every single ARPG you can think of, except some of the very new ones, I've played. Of course, the ones I spent the most time playing were Diablo 2 and some of its mods like Eastern Sun and things like that, and Sacred 2, and Dungeon Siege 2 as well. I was really
How is
disappointed from
Torchlight
Dungeon Siege
Frontiers?
3. Torchlight Frontiers is getting developed in a good way, although I kind of got
Oh
disappointed
nice
by the
Diablo
way they
2. Did
changed
you
the
play
XP.
new mod Median XL?
I haven't played the new Median mod XL, but I might try it sometime. Although I barely have time to play everything I want. I still want to play Borderlands 2 on the new DLC, and that would take some time. Now I'll quickly do a Chaos, what is it, Chaos 3, just to show a bit of fight. And then I can probably do some Chaos 5 just to show the build in Chaos 5 before going for some sleep. I've kind of played Diablo so much that I kind of don't want to see Diablo 2 anymore. I spent so much time as a teenager. I even used to carry my characters in a floppy disk, and we used to go with my friends in internet cafes with those floppy disks. And
LOL.
every time you finish playing, you just carry your character, uh, copy it back to the floppy disk with
I
the
played a
updated
lot
version.
of Diablo 3 as well.
So imagine how addicted we were to Diablo 2. Every one of us had a character in a floppy disk, and we can just take it to different internet cafes, level up more or farm more, and then take it back in the floppy disk with the updated version. Then take it to another net cafe, do the same. It was kind of fun doing that. Of course, now you have USB drives, USB sticks, but back then they weren't so popular and were kind of expensive.
I need to prepare myself for that. Prepare myself.
Good times
So for
haha.
speed running, this is kind of
How
the
old are
poison
you?
because of the poison aura. And as you can see, it's still dropping reds, so it's not bad for farming. Before going for Chaos 5, I would really suggest you just farm Chaos 1, 2, 3 for some items first. Get the most for a few hours, and then you can probably try doing Chaos. How old I am? Well, I think I'm kind of almost 30, just few months left to get 30. So yeah, kind of 80s kid, just barely made it to still be called an 80s
Which
kid.
button for showing items on the floor?
This, hopefully. Also, for farming fragments, the ranger, the scout is probably the best due to the bloodlust skill. You basically gather a lot of enemies, kill them, get bloodlust orbs, and then gather a lot of enemies and use your bloodlust on them and get shit tons of shards. And just rinse and repeat. Do that in Chaos 3 and you would have a lot of fragments. This is probably the best way to farm fragments. Bragi isn't bad for this, but I think the ranger skill, the scout skill, is the best for Bloodlust farming. But the poison aura kind of makes it hard to gather enemies without them dying. So now I'm trying to gather them, but as you see, most of them die before I can even gather them around. Closer to the... And okay, now I'm kind of stuck with not enough enemies. Corn is the best option for farming like this, because you have crossroads, and in the crossroads you have 4 different ways from where you can... For this build, as you can see, I'm using a trap, and it's poison damage trap. The heroic version is physical though. So if you're using the heroic set for traps, you kind of want to stack uh, things that don't modify poison like me. I'm using those defilers just as an extra summoning, and spinning blades. You can kind of spam almost spinning blades, and it's huge damage on bosses, and it can bounce off of walls. So on some, like here on the tree, it can return to the boss. For the passives, this is broken. This this is broken. It's supposed to give you 1 extra trap, but I've tried it. When using this trap, I can only place 1 at a time, and it's supposed to allow me to place 2. So currently the trap build is kind of buggy. It's not able to do as much damage as it should be. The other trap allows you to place 2 at the same time. So it places 3 traps at a time, but 2 times. This is this trap. What's it called? Something like living roots. So it says maximum summon 6, but you're placing 3 at the same time. So if you're doing a trap build, you might have to wait a bit for this skill to be fixed. Don't take this build; it's not worth this skill. It's not worth it. Just stack some health regen on a trap build and executor's dagger. This dagger. It works great even for a trap. When they fix it, you should be able to place 1 more instance of each trap, but then that might boost your damage because you can kind of spam those traps on a boss.
Oh, I need more time.
So let's do Chaos 5 now, hopefully Corn. I will do a build video for this. I currently have only 1 for the trap build because I really enjoyed it and I had not tried the poison until recently. I was very disappointed from the summoner build. It was very good while leveling up. It was very good for killing bosses on lower difficulties. But when it came to Chaos 5, the summoner build, the summons kinda were very weak. They died too fast, and there needs to be done something in regards to how strong the summons are. Maybe not with damage, but at least with the survivability of the summon. So they wouldn't get one shot from bosses. Because then you're kind of stuck with nothing if your summons keep dying. The trap build is kind of in the middle. Not the best, but not too shabby.
I need to prepare myself for that.
So this is how this build does on Chaos 5. It's not bad at all. Of course, it could be better with better road items, but the way I've got it set up is it's kind of enough for you to run Chaos 5 with ease. Of course, it goes for any build. You have to be careful not to get hit much. You can afford a few hits from some enemies, but there are some enemies that can one-shot you. So eventually you would learn which ones to avoid and which ones you can kind of let your guard down. So what were my passives, by the way? I kind of forgot. 2 for health regen, oh, and Master of Poisons. I really want to try a build with this crit chance. It might be fun. Maybe instead of getting this armor piercing here, I can try and get at least this 10% crit chance instead of the 20% poison damage. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. I can get rid of those 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or I can get rid of those for the cost reduction. It's kind of okay as well. But this is giving me 6 energy, some cost reduction at the price, actually 12 energy for those 5 points. But someone might want to just get rid of that and get this and put this instead of Master of Poison. Alternatively, as I said, you get rid of 10 armor piercing, 12 armor piercing, 4 damage, and oh, actually it's a lot of, it's 14 armor piercing. I don't think it's worth getting rid of that 14 armor piercing. Because armor piercing is a lot. It helps. I haven't seen it helping on paper, but maybe it does help a lot on bosses and elites. And you would be fighting mostly bosses and elites, like speedrunning them. So my armor piercing now is 29.3. And if I'm lucky, I can get some more here. If one has that 10% crit chance, they can afford to get some more armor piercing in the gear. If you give the gear to a mage, you can get more crit chance and armor piercing instead of flat damage. As you can see, each piece of gear on my ranger has one missing link. So I haven't given this character's gear to the mage yet. So I can probably get some armor piercing if I want to. And that would be a great help for bosses. Or I could go for extra crit damage, because my crit chance is high enough as it is, I think. How much is it? 41.8. There's another passive you can try and get. The one that gives you damage while moving. This one, 15% damage while moving. Or this one, 10% and some energy gain for each meter traveled. Although this is probably better. But since I'm using mostly poison skills with a few physical, which one was the physical skill? Actually 0 physical. This 20% is all the time. It allows me to slow enemies. And I don't need to be moving to get the bonus. So it seems better. Another option would be Guardian Spirit. Guardian Spirit would boost your damage significantly because it gives you some extra health regeneration. And by Guardian Spirit, I mean this, where was it? This passive. Let me find it. This one. So it gives you damage reduction, it gives you extra health regen. And this health regen increases your damage a lot from this dagger. But you have to stay inside the circle. It's a small circle, smaller than my poison aura in regards to. And this circle appears once you dash through your fairy, the familiar that is flying around you. This familiar. So when you see it glowing, you can go next to it to gain energy. And when you do that, it will give you some some buff on the place where you went next to the enemy, to the familiar. It will spawn a little field of grass, and when you stand inside this grass, you get extra health regen. And if you stack Queen's Wrath with the Guardian Spirit, you get a lot of damage boost from the extra health regen stack. This build is pretty easy to play on this map, on Chaos 5, but there are of course builds that, not builds but maps that would be kind of a counter to this build. Maybe Swanish, you have a lot of enemies that can pull you to them and can counter your dodging. So the Swanish would probably be kinda more difficult to do with this build. You can still stack your blades.
Tarantino, thank you for the follow and welcome to the Struck
Thank
Club.
you for the follow, Tarantino. To have you in the Struck Club. And there forward. Very nice. Oh, so there is a way to make sure that even on Chaos 5 on Swanish, with this build you can do it. You just have to take it slow and you have to keep spamming those poison blades and ricocheting it off the walls so you can end up hitting the demons, especially if it's the closed version of Swanish, not the open version. You can see I can stack a lot of those blades. If I just keep ricocheting them like this, they just keep hitting the end. But there's a lot of options on how someone can modify the build, as I said. So someone can make it their own and play it their own way. It's not like you use Y and Z and everything. And now they would give us another 3 passives to add, so that would mean I can stack all those skills I told you about with the ones I'm using. So I can stack Guardian Spirit, Master Poisoner, I can stack the one that gives me damage while moving, and one more skill that I haven't picked, together with the ones that I'm using. So if I were to add 3 more skills, Guardian Spirit would be 1, Tactical Retreat 2, and which one would be the other one? Follow Tracks. Yeah, Tactical Retreat, Follow Tracks and Guardian Spirit. Because Follow Tracks give you some extra movement speed and damage reduction. And this one would be nice because it leaves poison in its wake. So if you're doing a poisoner build, you probably can try and go without the damage reduction and use this one. But we won't be having enough skill points. So they better increase the skill points for giving us those extra 3 slots. Otherwise, what we're just gonna be taking level 1 skills passives instead of level 3 passive. So I never stopped to think about it, but now it just hit me that it's good that they're giving us 3 extra passive slots for Chaos 6 and 7, but they're not giving us extra skill points, or at least they haven't said they are giving us. If they add something like extra few levels to gain after 50, that are kind of like OP levels, like Paragon levels, that would be nice, but keep it limited.
Maybe the new
Make a limit to
T5
that.
green items.
Of course, the new T5 green items are okay, but the thing is, we would need some skill points. It would be nice if the new items give us skill points, but I'm not sure if they're gonna do something like this. We just have to wait and see. If they stick to this 1 week extension, that's okay. If they if they delay it again, then people are gonna start losing hope in the developers. I personally would kind of be disappointed if they decide to delay again. But we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. Most importantly, I want to know where we're gonna get those extra skill points, if we're gonna get some skill points at all. Otherwise, we're just gonna be using 6 passive skills, but all of those passive skills would be like level 1. Or some might be level 2 if we downgrade some of our other skills. I probably could get rid of the trap and the fire's reckoning, so I can get more passives.
Oh, I need more time. Tell myself
Okay, this map is almost done, and AM, so it's kind of time for me to go watch some Jessica Jones. By the way, if you have Netflix, there was a new season of Jessica Jones released today. This is not a sponsored message, I'm just reminding anyone who might. I never saw any advertisement, so I was kinda surprised that there was a new season coming. I even thought they stopped all those Marvel Netflix shows due to licensing.
I hope that T5 items have 2 heroic skills, so more skill points for passives.
Same. Well, you see, the soldier has 2 heroic skills. The soldier has a free banner and a free pistolier in the Skaven Killer set. So if they do it like that, that's gonna be nice. Maybe 3 heroics would be also nice. Having 3 heroics would be more than enough to have 3 extra passives. So yeah, the way you put it really seems how they might actually pull this off. And yeah, I'll go watch some Jessica Jones. Thank you everyone for joining my stream. But some more. I probably would stream some Borderlands 2 expansion, the new expansion, the new DLC tomorrow. But I'll try to make at least one build video before that. So as usual, keep it cool, see you next time and goodbye.